She is a beacon of articulate wisdom.
She has blazed so many trails.
She's a tremendous role model.
She is a phenomenon. She is the fiercest defender of patent rights in the history of the Western world.
Judge Newman has all the attributes of a great judge.
Judge Newman has had many careers, almost too many to count, but she was employed as a research scientist, as a chief patent lawyer of a major chemical company, and in 1984 she was nominated and confirmed to be a judge on the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Federal Circuit.
Judge Newman was one of the reasons the Court of Appeals for the Federal Circuit was created in the first place. While she was still in industry, she was one of the major leaders in pointing out to the Congress the collapse of American industry that was occasioned in part because of the weakness of patent rights.
She was one of the first women on the bench. Really, at the time when she was appointed, there were less than 4% of the federal judgeships were occupied by women. And she was the first appointee to the newly created U.S. Court of Appeals for the Federal Circuit.
She blazed a real trail. She broke a glass ceiling and has been a role model for many people in the IP world, and particularly women in IP law.
She's made her mark by articulate exposition of policy. She's a beautiful writer. And whether she agrees with the court or she doesn't agree with the decision of the court, she demonstrates her views in very forceful, elegant writing.
Judge Newman may hold the record for the most dissents, but her dissents have great force and often persuade other colleagues over time.
What people may not realize is that many of her dissents have later gone on to become the law, either the in-bank law from our court or spoken on high from the Supremes. Merck versus Integra comes to mind. It's a case where she wrote a very strong dissent. The Supreme Court took it. They not only changed the state of the law to reflect exactly what she had written, but they cited her outright in the opinion.
She has a sense of humor, not only about the court and her colleagues, but also about herself. And that's a very welcome thing.
Judge Newman has been a pioneer from the start. She flew her own plane to graduate school.
She used to be fond of sports cars, and you know, she's done so many things in her life. I'm always surprised when I learn of these things, like the 2 years she spent in Paris and all of the adventures she had in Paris. But with respect to automobiles, we had a case involving some intricate little mechanical detail of an automobile. And in the middle of our discussion, she related how she once raced, I believe it was an MG, and knew that little engine inside and out. And that really amazed me.
As far as I know, Judge Newman doesn't hold any patents, but she has made what I would call a lot of unpatentable contributions to the court. She's been a marvelous colleague.
Judge Newman is a wonderful choice for this award. She is one of the best known judges and patent lawyers in America, and indeed in the world.
Many people in the patent community refer to Judge Rich as an icon. I think many people also now refer to Judge Newman as an icon. And I look forward to working with her for many years in the future. I congratulate her again on receipt of this award, which is well deserved.